housemaster reported to his parents in Easter 1927. "Undeniably, he's not a normal boy. Not the worse for that, but probably less happy." In his final year at Sherborne, Turing won a scholarship to attend King's College, Cambridge, where he went in 1931 to read mathematics. One of 3 books he bought with some prize money was The Mathematical Foundations of Quantum Mechanics by John von Neumann, a fascinating Hungarian-born mathematician who, as a pioneer of computer design, would have a continuing influence on his life. Turing was particularly interested in the math at the core of quantum physics, which describes how events at the subatomic level are governed by statistical probabilities rather than laws that determine things with certainty. He believed, at least while he was young, that this uncertainty and indeterminacy at the subatomic level permitted humans to exercise free will, a trait that, if true, would seem to distinguish them from machines. In other words, because events at the subatomic level are not predetermined, that opens the way for our thoughts and actions not to be predetermined. As he explained in a letter to Morgan's mother, "It used to be supposed in science that if everything was known about the universe at any particular moment, then we could predict what it will be through all the future. This idea was really due to the great success of astronomical prediction. More modern science, however, has come to the conclusion that when we are dealing with atoms and electrons, we are quite unable to know the exact state of them, our instruments being made of atoms and electrons themselves. The conception, then, of being able to know the exact state of the universe, then, really must break down on the small scale. This means, then, that the theory which held that as eclipses, etc., are predestined, so are all our actions, breaks down too. We have a will which is able to determine the action of the atoms probably in a small portion of the brain, or possibly all over it." For the rest of his life, Turing would wrestle with the issue of whether the human mind was fundamentally different from a deterministic machine, and he would gradually come to the conclusion that the distinction was less clear than he had thought. He also had an instinct that just as uncertainty pervaded the subatomic realm, there were also mathematical problems that could not be solved mechanically, and were destined to be cloaked in indeterminacy. At the time, mathematicians were intensely focused on questions about the completeness and consistency of logical systems, partly due to the influence of David Hilbert, a Göttingen-based genius who, among many other achievements, had come up with the mathematical formulation of the theory of general relativity, concurrently with Einstein. At a 1928 conference, Hilbert posed 3 fundamental questions about any formal system of mathematics.